Good morning and welcome to Williams Dog Training Company. We're here today with Fred and Charlotte, and what we're going to be demonstrating for you today on video is Charlotte's ability to understand and respond to her obedience commands, the corrections and motivations that we use while we're working with her, and the training equipment that we're using. Fred is using a regular 6-foot training leash, and he keeps the bulk of that leash folded neatly in his right hand, leaving his left hand free to give the correction. And the correction that we give is the tug and let go on the training collar, which is the second piece of equipment that we're using. Charlotte has been fitted with her own personal training collar, and we will be sure to show you how to properly put that collar on and use it during your one-on-one video. Or your one-on-one lesson, I'm sorry. Now, as you can see, Charlotte is sitting very nicely on Fred's left-hand side, which is where all of our obedience training takes place. The first command that they're going to demonstrate for you is heeling, and heeling is proper walking on a leash. Fred and Charlotte take off doing that now, and the command that you're going to use is Charlotte heel, and then you're going to simply start walking, and Charlotte should fall in line nicely, walking at your pace, again, on your left-hand side, and not pull ahead and lunge on that leash or lag behind for that matter. Also incorporated into our heeling exercise is an automatic sit, so anytime that you're out walking with Charlotte and you stop, she should sit nicely at your left heel position. There was an example right there for you, and we'll show you another one. Fred stops, she sits. Very nicely done. Now the next command they're going to demonstrate is the stay command, and the stay command is a hand and a voice command. Okay. You're going to use the open flat of your left palm an inch or so in front of her muzzle, and the one-word command to stay. Walk out to the end of the training leash. Now Charlotte should remain seated in this position throughout the entire command. This is a great command to practice frequently throughout your day to help build up Charlotte's ability to stay for longer periods of time. When Fred returns back, he's going to walk all the way around and behind her as an added distraction. She remains seated throughout the entire command. He's going to give her some praise and let her know that she did a good job, and they're going to run through their heel, sit, and stay again. It's very important that when you're working her through her commands, when she completes them appropriately, you give her lots of praise and positive reinforcement to let her know that she did a good job. If she doesn't, you'll provide a firm no correction, followed by a correction on the training collar, which we will demonstrate with you during your lesson. Fred leaves her in another sit stay and walks out to the end of the training leash, and this time they're going to demonstrate the recall or the come on command. Call her in using her name. She should come in, sit nicely in front of you, and then she returns to heel position by heeling around the back of you, back to your left hand side, sitting nicely, waiting for her next command, and they're going to demonstrate that again. Sit stay out to the end of the leash, call her in using her name. Charlotte, come. She comes in, sits nicely, around the back, your left hand side. Good job. When Charlotte comes home, you want to make sure that you're practicing your commands both indoors as well as outdoors. And at first, you'll pick an area with no distractions, and over time, you'll slowly start to incorporate your amount of distractions into her training sessions. This next command they're going to demonstrate is the down from a heel position. Again, use the open flat of your left palm, but this time straight down towards the ground, and the one-word command to down. Leave her in a stay, out to the end of your training leash. Again, she should remain laying down in this position throughout the entire command. Again, practice this one frequently throughout your day to help build up her ability to stay for longer periods of time. Fred returns back, walking all the way around. Once again, great job, Charlotte. When Charlotte first comes home, you want to make sure you're practicing all of her obedience commands with her in about a 10 to 15 minute formal obedience session such as this video here. That way she can get used to you giving commands. Fred leaves her in another down stay, and this time we'll demonstrate that come command for the down position where she has to get up to come in. Very nicely done. Now this last command that they're setting up for is the down from a distance. We're just going to heel her into position, and for this command you'll leave her in a sit stay. Walk out to the end of the leash, and from the end of the leash use your right hand to give that down command. Good job, Charlotte. Now Charlotte has had an extended stay with us here at school, and we've been able to work her through some off-leash training. So Fred's simply going to remove the leash, leaving the collar on still, but removing the leash, and he's going to run through her obedience commands with her off-leash. So now they're just healing. Automatic sit. Now if you see Charlotte kind of positions herself in front of you, so you would just simply turn your body to put yourself on her right hand side. Good job. Fred's going to leave her in a stay. With off leash, it gives you the ability to increase your distance, but you want to start out at a short distance and again slowly increase your distance over time. Now she laid down, which isn't the end of the world. We didn't ask her to, but she did stay. Kind of pick your battles. That's going to leave her another sit stay. And this time we'll demonstrate the come command. She comes in, sits nicely, very nicely done. Heels around the back. Now her off-leash training is a little more advanced, and at first you're going to use your leash and collar. And I'll go over all this with you during your lesson tomorrow until she's doing her commands for you 110% of the time. And then you can start to drop the leash, and then you can eventually remove the leash. That leaves her in a down stay. And you can see wherever Fred goes, Charlotte is watching him, making sure she completes her commands appropriately for him. Also waiting for her praise for doing a good job. Another down stay. This time I'll show you the come from the down. Good girl. It's very important to make sure that when she comes into you, when you call her into the come, that she sits. It will help to promote her from not jumping up when greeting guests and yourself. Another sit stay, and this time Fred's going to walk out and demonstrate that down from a distance for you. Right hand. Good girl. Good. So we've demonstrated for you today all the obedience commands that Charlotte has learned here at school, both on leash and off leash. It's been such a pleasure having Charlotte here at school. We will greatly miss her. Please keep in touch with us and let us know how she's doing. And thank you for choosing Williams Dog Training Company as your personal dog trainer. Bye-bye, Charlotte.